believe it's time we spoke about my phone, the one I've been using for almost 3 months now. So it's quite an in-depth review about the Huawei P20 Pro. How are you doing? Alright, first let's talk about the look of the phone. As you all know, what I have actually is this color. I can't remember the name of it now. Twilight color, so as you can see there. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I've got the phone broken there. I've dropped it already. And the back is actually glass, so you could already see a bit of a break as well. So it's 6.1 inch display, almost bezel-less, so very thin bezels, with a notch at the top where the camera has some sensors. The home button is a fingerprint reader, super fast. The feel of it is very nice, so you grab it like that and you've got a nice feel to it. One thing about it is though, where the glass and the rims are, there's a small little bit of an edge, kind of annoys you. Oh yeah, and the bottom here is it's got a USB-C, which is called no phone jacks. Something about where you plug the USB-C is that it's very sharp edge here at the bottom. So when I'm putting my finger, usually I grab it like that, and as you can see there, my finger is always on it, and it actually hurts after maybe 10 minutes. So yeah, not a fan of that one. I love the reflective back to it, so instead of using the selfie mode here, I could actually use the front cameras, the main cameras, as my selfie, so I could do this. I always carry cover case because you always need that. I already went through 2 tempered glass protectors and I have one bought actually today, and then it's coming in the next 2 days, so I'm super careful with the phone. Like many of the new glass backs, you can see it's very smudgy. It's a smudge magnet, and I'm not sure if you saw that, but yeah, it's full of fingerprints. Okay, next up is the 3 lens cameras.
Damn.
The same, yes, this one. As for the camera, the Huawei P20 Pro is obviously known to be one of the best phone cameras out there. One of the biggest features in the camera is how it recognizes different items. So if you put it on a food item, it recognizes food and then adjusts the color grading and the color brightness and all towards that item. And then if it's on a feature or in a landscape or sea or mountains, maybe greenery, I believe there's one too. So it has a lot of nice features with regards to knowing which item it is and then adjusting the color grading towards it. In some cases it can be very exposed, so you need to be careful with that. I noticed many complaints have been online with regards to how exposed it is, how colorful it is, how bright it is sometimes. If you do have one of the phones, do let me know what you think of the camera features and the AI intelligence part of it at least. In some cases I had to actually disable the color enhancement features because it was just overexposed. So it's a preference really. To me, in some cases I like it, in some other cases it's just too exposed. It'd be nice actually to have maybe a bar, a measure bar, or a scaling bar to how exposed you want it to be. That'd be awesome. But then it won't be AI, it's manual. Video filming quality. It has a built-in stabilization feature, and I filmed it on different levels, 4K, 1080p, and 720. The 720 is the best one so far, and you could almost think it's on a gimbal, like you just pan out your video like that, and you could see how much of the quality of the stabilization is. I was at a festival a few weeks ago and I actually used the camera to just film the crowd, and the place was just bouncing, and still the image stabilization was super cool. That was on 720p now, and still I was super impressed. And the audio quality recording, the audio recording of the video was brilliant. With all the noise, still managed to capture the best of the moment. Okay, next up is the knuckle gestures. One nifty feature that Huawei seems to only have is the knuckle gestures. All you need is to double tap on the screen and it will save up in your gallery. After you double tap, it provides a quick preview of the screenshot with few options that include sharing. You can then choose which app you would like to share the image. A very easy and handy feature that I always use, especially for emailing. There is also customized screenshots. With your knuckle, squeeze hard in a circle on the screen in the area you want to screenshot. The split screen option can also be used when you have a compatible app open. All you need to do is to slide your knuckle across the screen, splitting it in half. Then you can choose which app you'd like to open. Okay, next up we were talking about the fingerprint, the fingerprint scanner, or this one here. Yeah, all the phones now have multiple usage with the home button. It's not anymore the button you click to go back to the home screen, which is kind of cool. The fingerprint on the home button is super fast to unlock the phone. Since the home button can also double up as the navigation gestures, you usually get some extra space at the bottom of the screen. One example when you have some apps open is to slide left or right on the home button, where you can choose one to reopen or close them all. The thing I'm not a fan of is when I have the phone in my back pocket and I grab it, sometimes I grab it straight onto the home button and then I end up unlocking my phone while I'm just picking it up from my pocket. So that's not a great idea. So, amazing features and all, but yet there are few things that I'm not very keen on. You know, when there's a how do you say it? There's an app that you don't like and you want to get rid of it, and in most cases you just click on it and uninstall, and then you have pre-installed apps that you cannot delete. Probably just me, like I love to get rid of them or at least disable them. With the Huawei you can't actually do that. You can't disable it, mind uninstalling it completely. When you get a new phone and just off the box and it's always on vibrate mode, and then whenever you click feedback, vibrate feedback, we call them haptic feedback in some countries, it's so hard to disable them on the phone. I wish there's a way you could just, with one click of a button or maybe two, you could just disable any type of haptic feedback or vibrate mode. You know by now that the phone doesn't have an earphone jack, so for me actually I don't mind that. I do have wireless earphones, so kind of prompt me to buy ones. Actually the one I have is the one from Jabra, so thank you Jabra. I had the Samsung before this phone. They have the ability to hover your hand over it and then just pops up the screensaver, and you could just see the timing if you want to without having to pick up the phone and click the unlock button to open it up to see if you get a message or so on. It's kind of handy, especially if it's just the phone is lying beside you and you just want to check what's on there. So I couldn't find that function on the Huawei P20 Pro. Oh, did I mention that the phone has a 4000 milliamp hour battery? Massive. Guess what? It takes me 2 days before I drain it completely, and that's on heavy usage. I YouTube, edit videos, mostly on Instagram, which is the link below. I also played a lot of games on it, so it does have a very good battery life. That's what what else can I say about that? Okay, let's talk price. The Huawei P20 Pro is retailing at around 750 euros here in Ireland. That's probably around $850 US. You could buy it at full price from the likes of 3.ie. Of course, if you're renewing your contract, you could get it at much cheaper price if you're on a contract with any of the providers here. Alright, so all in all, the phone is amazing, brilliant, outstanding. There's a lot of words. Maybe some of you have some other words for it. And oh yeah, this just came in. Similar color to it. Yay. The brightness, it has something I didn't mention, is the brightness adaptive brightness, I think it's called. So the way it adapts to the brightness, if it's dark or more bright, so it changes brilliantly. It's not too dark, it's not too bright. I barely touched it ever since I put it on smart mode. Oh, one more thing. If you feel that the P20 Pro is just above your budget, guess what? They actually have the P20. And it's retailing around 500 euros, sorry, with 24 megapixel selfie cam, dual camera, 12 megapixel and a 20 megapixel dual camera, and it's packing a 3400 milliamp hour. So for the size, to give you an idea, it's not that much smaller, easier on the grip actually compared to the P20 Pro. So yeah, there you have it, the P20. Also, I've got a link on the description below on the P20 and extra specs on that. Of course, if you do have a P20 Pro, I would love to hear what your comments about it. If you like it, amazing, I'd love to know why. And if you have so many frustrations about it, I'd love to hear that too. And if you don't have the phone and you're thinking about buying it, if you have any more questions which I didn't cover in this video, do write them in the comments below and I'll be happy to reply to them. Be sure to subscribe because we do have a competition that is out there ready, winning an awesome backpack from Heim Planet. Do have a look, the link is also below. And there's more to come. There's some cameras and definitely some phones that are up for grabs soon enough, so do subscribe. And if you like this video, click that like button. There's a notification bell as well. Click on that one if you'd like to know whenever I get a videos on. All right, so thank you so much for watching and see you guys soon.